In this video, we'll take a look at Lesson 3, Order of Operations with Integers. Just to get us started, you can imagine that next time, maybe doing the heart transplant before the facelift would be advised. And so in math, it pays to know the order of operations. When learning the order of operations, it can be very helpful to use the acronym BedMouse. That's a memory tool to help you to remember the order that you need to do things when presented with math problems. And so the B stands for brackets or parentheses. So anything either with a curved bracket or a squared off bracket, anything inside of there needs to be done first. If you have any exponents, they are done next. And then the D and the M stand for division and multiplication. The thing about these is they're not actually in any particular order. You don't have to do division before multiplication. If you have both of those operations, you will work left to right. And the same goes with the A and the S for addition and subtraction. You do those in order from left to right when you have both of those operations. So BedMouse can help you to stay on track when you're given many operations to do in a problem. Let's take a look at this first example on page 22. What we have is 18 minus 8 divided by negative 4 times negative 5 plus 2. I want you to note that you have what looks like two sets of brackets here, but actually the negative 4 is surrounded in brackets only to show that it's negative 4, to make that clear. There's not actually any operation to do inside those brackets. So if we use BedMouse, we know that the B for BedMouse starts with brackets. So we are going to do the end of this equation first. So we're going to do negative 5 plus 2 first. And I'm going to write the answer below, and then I'm going to copy everything else down. That keeps me organized, and it will produce kind of an upside down triangle or kind of a funnel that will get me to my answer. So let's check out the first part in our brackets. Negative 5 plus 2. We have more negatives than positives. So our answer will be a negative, and we do 5 minus 2 is 3. I'm going to write everything else down. At this point, I'm going to take away the brackets around that negative 4 because I know that it's a negative 4. And I'm going to copy everything else down. And I reassess. Now I have 18 minus 8 divided by negative 4 times negative 3. So I don't have any exponents, no more brackets, so I have division and multiplication. When I have both of these, I need to do left to right. Because division is on the left, I'm going to take this here and complete this. Now at this point, you have a choice. You can take it as 8 divided by negative 4, or if you want to get rid of the minus sign, you can add the opposite, making that a negative 8 divided by negative 4. Either way, it's going to work out for you. I'm going to keep this minus sign here and just leave it. And I'm going to take this as 8 divided by negative 4, which will result in a negative 2. Now watch what happens when I do that. Sometimes this happens. I copy everything. But remember, even if it looks kind of yucky and ugly like what mine does right now, I may not need to worry about that, because I need to assess my operations. I have 18 minus a negative 2 times a negative 3. I have subtraction and I have multiplication. BedMouse tells me that I have to do multiplication before subtraction. So I am going to multiply negative 2 times negative 3, and that gives me a result of a positive 6. And then I can copy the 18 and the minus sign. And so you see, I didn't need to do any adding of the opposite or getting rid of the subtraction, although if I did, I'd still be fine. I'd still get the same answer. So we have one step left, 18 minus 6, and that's both positive integers, so my final answer is a positive 12. For this question B, we've got a lot more going on. We need to focus, read through, and use BedMouse to make sure that we stay on track here. So we have negative 5 squared, and we have no symbol in between. This means multiplied to 8 minus 11 in brackets, minus 2 multiplied to negative 20, divided by 2 cubed. So we have a lot happening here, but BedMouse tells us do what's in brackets first. Now remember, you're doing when you see an operation in brackets. We have a lot of brackets here that are just holding in signs. The only one that is really a bracket is right here, 8 minus 11. So that's the one that we're going to do first. And I'm going to use the add the opposite or same change opposite because I want to make my subtraction sign go away here. So subtraction becomes addition. The 11 becomes a negative 11. So 8 minus 11 is the same as 8 plus negative 11. This results in a negative 3. And so I have the answer for the brackets done. Now what I can do is I can actually go to the next ones before copying everything down. So I can solve some exponents now because I see I've got a couple of those and they won't affect the other operations. So I have negative 5 squared and I have positive 2 cubed. So I can solve both of those now. Negative 5 squared means negative 5 times negative 5. Two negatives makes a positive, so we're going to end up with a positive 25. So this is going to be 25. Now remember, you see how there's no symbol between negative 5 squared and the brackets that we solved. I'm going to put a raised dot in because that means it's multiplication. They're technically kind of touching there. I'm going to put that in now so I don't forget and get confused. So that one's done. This one's done. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the cubing over here. 2 cubed means 2 times itself 3 times. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8. So I'm going to put that answer below. And now I'm going to copy everything else that I see. I'm going to write my division. It may look weird and you may not like to write backwards like I'm doing. You can go forwards. It doesn't look pretty. I'll admit that. But I'm getting the information down so I can make a decision for what I'm going to do next. So now I have 25 times negative 3 minus 2 times negative 20 divided by 8. I have multiplication operation, I have subtraction, even though that looks quite ugly, and I have division. I can't do subtraction until I finish multiplying and dividing, and the division and multiplication has to go left to right. So my next job is to go ahead and do multiplication. It's furthest left. 25 times negative 3 is negative 75. Now I'm going to write minus 2 times negative 20 divided by 8. I have negative 75 minus 2 times negative 20 divided by 8. This is multiplication here. I have to work left to right, so that's my next one. 2 times negative 20 is negative 40. Notice that I didn't take the subtraction sign, but now I have to put it there. Just like last time, it's looking ugly, having the minus a negative, but I'm going to ignore that because I don't deal with subtraction until I'm done multiplication and division. I have subtraction, and I have division. Must do division first. So I'm going to go ahead and do the division. Negative 40 divided by 8 is a negative 5. Now I'm going to copy my last little bit and reassess. Negative 75 minus negative 5. I want to get rid of this double negative. I do not want subtraction with integers. Now I'm going to do same change opposite. Negative 75 stays the same. Subtraction changes to addition. Negative 5 becomes a positive 5. I have negative 75 plus a positive 5. I have more negatives. How many more? Negative 70 more. My result is negative 70. At any point in the process of BedMouse, you can get rid of subtraction by doing same change opposite. If you want to, you can get rid of it at any point and it won't affect your answer. So that's important to note. To demonstrate this, I'll just show you one example for the practice exercises. I won't solve, but right here is what I'm talking about. Here you have a minus 20. If you don't like that, you can rewrite the question right from the beginning, and that's all good. So you could have 8 plus negative 3 to the power 4, and you can change the subtraction to addition and change the 20 to a negative 20, and all will be well. At any point during order of operations you want to get rid of subtraction, you can do so and you will come to the same result. So you can give the practice exercises a try and let me know if you have any questions.